This video is entitled Analysis-paralysis for a reason. The more you overanalyze something, the more you paralyze the process. You have to understand something. When you unnecessarily overthink things, you complicate your life horribly. And in doing so, you're actually destroying the goodness of what the divine has in plan for you, has in store for you. It's just that simple. It's a very bad habit. Because what you're doing is you're actually referring to these imaginary scenarios of what could go wrong, and that's what's paralyzing you with fear. So you overanalyze the situation, and you wind up crippling the whole process in doing so, because it is the analytical, figurative mind that is overthinking things unnecessarily. That's why you need to sometimes take that out of the hands of the mind and put it into the cosmic mind, into your sacred space, your higher self, because you have to realize this is just an illusion. Now, I've done a video where I said before that in some situations, it isn't wise to just jump into things with impulse and instinct and not have a backup plan. Because, then you're going to find yourself in a very precarious situation with no way out. So it's good to have contingencies. But when it comes to the actual dream itself, always know that it's already worked itself out in the metaphysical. You have to give the physical time to catch up to where the metaphysical is, because the physical operates at a much lower and slower vibrational rate of speed. So, of course, it's like a race between a tortoise and a hare. It's not going to be an even race. It's like somebody on a bicycle going up against somebody in a Lamborghini. Of course, the person on the bicycle is going to lose every time. It's common sense. But eventually, that person on the bicycle will cross the finish line much later than the person in the car, of course, but they will get there. So you got to think of the physical as that tortoise, as that person on the bike, and you have to think of the metaphysical as a warp factor 1,000,000. It's faster than the speed of light. It's already done instantaneously. So you have to give it time. But when you unnecessarily overthink things, you're complicating things, and when you analyze things, overanalyze things to the point of paralysis, you're crippling the process. So it's best to just allow that part of you to just give it up and give it away to the universe and say, I trust you, no problem, I know you got my back, and just move on to other things and know that however the universe has designed it to be, that's exactly how it will be, manifested into your reality. When you let go of these things, because obsession is a tether, and tethers tie things together and they bind them together like chains, manacles, shackles, ligatures, bindings, like handcuffs, and you're not going anywhere when you have zip ties all over you. That's exactly what obsessions do. They basically zip tie the entire manifestation process and nothing's going to move. So don't even bother overanalyzing these things, especially if what the universe is asking of you seems to be pretty scary in nature. Just say, listen, I know the universe is going to handle it and not put me in a precarious situation where I'm going to find myself homeless and without money, because the universe doesn't work like that. The universe knows exactly what you need. Because it will provide it to you every single time, because what you need is what you require. So anyway, that's what this video is about. And the reason why I have the video staring at the window is because you don't want to become transfixed on just one way out or one way in, when there are a multitude of other windows. Actually, there are infinite amounts of windows and doors, that any possibility for anything to come in that window or go out of that window can happen. You can't be transfixed on just the one. By unnecessarily worrying and overthinking things, this paralyzes the process. But unfortunately, this is the inherent dilemma that is suffered by human beings, because they always seem to do this to themselves unnecessarily. And they don't realize, because they've never been trained to be aware of their power, of actually the detrimental effects of what they're doing to their journey. If they made you aware of who and what you were from the beginning, you would not do any of the bad habits that you do unconsciously. Trust me, you wouldn't, because you'd know then that you're actually sacrificing the goodness that you can manifest, at the expense of you losing your dream life. What you're doing is you're complicating the situation so drastically that you're using your energy against you. And if they would have trained you to be motivated to be aware of your energy and your powers and your abilities, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing to yourself. Trust me. The reason why you do what you do to yourself is because you don't know your own power. You don't know who and what you really are. That's exactly what they do. You just think you're some person that wakes up in the morning, goes to the job, earns a check, takes care of your family, pays the bills, and on the weekend you guys go hang out, you buy a couple little treats here and there, maybe get some new furniture or a new car, and things like this. That's exactly how they condition you to see life as a very limited, finite experience. But it is not that way. And then when anything of a spiritual nature is brought up, that's always dismissed as hokey pokey, make believe, made up nonsense. It doesn't exist because you can't see it, so therefore it isn't real. But anyway, do not get caught in analysis paralysis. Do not get caught in overthinking. That's the point where you just release these things to the universe and not obsess over them. Don't even think about it anymore. Once your intention's placed in your sacred space, just know you have it, know that you are these things, and give it to God, and that's it. Let the magic happen, man. Trust me. Absolutely. Have a blessed day.